Welcome to Fresh Waters, spiritual reflections helping you to grow in faith. Today's session is about this great love. The key concept is there is nothing greater than agape love. The scripture today is from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 1 to 13. If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part. Then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Languages are complex. For example, when you hear the words, I love you, what does it mean to the hearers of those words? It means something special for the young girl who hears it from her boyfriend. It means something very different when a young child hears it from his mother. And it may mean something very different when a man hears it from his own brother. Often you understand the context before extracting the actual meaning of I love you. The Greeks have no confusion in understanding the meaning of love. There are at least 8 Greek words that could translate into the English word love. The 3 most well-known ones are eros, phileo, and agape. Eros is a common word for romantic love or sexual love. It is one of the most popular words of love during the New Testament world, but it was never used in the New Testament. Phileo is a second Greek word that is translated into love. The phileo love is a brotherly love. It is a deep love between friends. Agape love is the love that is found in most of the New Testament. It is the love that is associated with God's love, which is unconditional and sacrificial. Agape love is the highest form of love. This is the kind of love we are to express to one another and to the world. The scripture that was read is the most famous love chapter in the Bible. It was written in the context of believers seeking certain spiritual gifts. Paul ended chapter 12 by suggesting that there is a most excellent way than the gifts that they desire. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 begins by talking about the value of love. If I am a speaker well-versed in all the languages of men and angels and have not love, I'm just making noise. If I am a great prophet understanding all mysteries with all knowledge, and have faith that can move mountains, I am still nothing if I do not have love. Even if I give everything I possess to the poor and sacrifice my body to the flames, I gain nothing if I have not love. This is how valuable agape love is. If agape love then is so important, how do we know we have it? What does agape love look like? Here Paul shows us the evidence of love. It is pretty straightforward. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. And where there is knowledge, it will pass away. It is interesting that love is what will last. The temporal things we value, the prophecies of the day, the tongues of the day, the knowledge of the day, will one day be all gone, but not love. Notice how the Apostle Paul describes love in his way. First, he saw love as perfection. For we know in part, we prophesy in part, but when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. Secondly, he saw love as maturity. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Thirdly, Paul saw love as reality. Now we see but a poor reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. And finally, Paul saw love as completeness. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. The Apostle Paul ends by declaring that love is the greatest. It is greater than the hope that comes from prophecies or the knowledge that we share with our tongues. It is greater than the faith that can move mountains. Paul concluded that the greatest of faith, hope, and love is love. There is nothing greater than agape love. My prayer for you is that you will know this love and be able to express it in your life. Just think about it. Are there other things in your life more valuable than love? Is there evidence of agape love in your life? What are your thoughts on Paul's description of love? What one thing will you do this week to express unconditional love to others? May God bless you in your spiritual journey.